5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, Milwaukee and the world? Welcome to another episode of Saved and the City right here on WKJJ WPJQ 101.3 FM with your girl, Iberia. If you're driving in the car and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to miss this episode, I gotta hear it, then once you get home or get to work, then make sure you log on to www.ikjjradio.org to make sure that you're able to hear the radio live, loud, and in living color. Be sure to like me on Facebook as Saved in the City. Join my groups on Facebook to stay connected. Follow me on Instagram as Saved in the City. Follow me on Twitter. And if you like what you're hearing, spread the word to your friends and family to tune in. I could absolutely use your support. I'm so excited about this week's episode. This whole month we're dealing with media. I've been calling it King Media, and I'll get a little bit more into that. But before we jump into today's topic, shout out to my weekly sponsor, Mima's Kitchen, Mima's Gourmet Delights. And me and your mama know all about Mima's Gourmet Delights with all the cakes and everything. And we love them so much over here. And Father's Day is coming up, so be sure that you get your Father's Day cake. That's a great gift. Why not? Give her a call at 414-418-0616. Shout out to Luminosity Enterprises for all of your marketing support. Shout out to Feenie Grace, always holding me down in the studio. We're in a new studio. It's like trying to get everything connected and we're new space, and I love that she's here with me as we kind of go and we grow. My supporters, just in general of Saved in the City, just all of you guys for just continuing to kind of walk with me through this amazing journey. And so let's jump right in. We got Simeon with us. You here with us this morning. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, feeling great, non-stop.
Yes.
It's like a water effect. You know, once that water hit, it just keeps flowing.
Yes, I love it. And he said that he talked really loud, and I really wasn't sure, and he proved that. Yes, that's okay. They don't hear you.
I have a built-in microphone.
Okay. He has a built-in microphone. I love it. So we're talking to the millennials today. We're gonna let them be who they are, how they are. You know, it's so important. We'll delve a little bit more into exactly what you do so people can learn a little bit more about Simeon TV. But just for those people who are just watching for the first time, dealing with media, the Media Versus series. Last week we talked with Pastor Ashford on media versus black culture. Today we're dealing with the media versus the millennial. And what we're talking about is, I've been calling it King Media, because when you think about a king, that's the person that kind of rules the world or that particular kingdom. And so it's pretty much, you know, what they say is law. How you dress, what you wear, what you eat, all of that is law. And so I've been seeing how influential media has been on so many sects of people. And, you know, and the thing is, if we don't wake up and realize the power of imagery, we're going to like and share and subscribe ourselves off of a cliff. And we have to be so careful about, you know, what we're allowing into our floodgates. And what I'm talking about is what we see, what we hear, what we take in on a daily basis. It shapes exactly who you are. And so last week we talked about the feminization of the black male. Last week we talked about the criminalization of the black male and how media perpetuates that. And we're just focusing on, you know, in general, that's what we're talking about last week. But, you know, this week we're just talking about the millennials in general, black, white, yellow, green, Puerto Rican, Haitian, whatever, you know, because it is affecting our young people. And these are the people that are going to take over the world. And if they are not healthy, then all that's going to do is produce an unhealthy world. And so if we deal with the millennials, so before we even delve a little deeper, a lot of millennial is becoming more of it's a trendy term, the millennial, and people are capitalizing on that particular kind of phrase. But what is a millennial? Where does that start? And so the millennial age range is actually 13 to 35. So I thought that was really interesting to know. So I'm like, okay, where do I fall? So I'm about to age myself out, y'all. My millennial helpers today were kind of laughing at me because I kept saying I have a toe in the millennial area. But when we think about the different generations, we have the baby boomers that they were there from 1946, or they're still here, through 1964. Anybody born during that time. And then the Gen Xers, and that's pretty much where I fall, are the 1965 through the 1984. I'm in that era. And then you have the Generation Y, which I actually fall in. I'm kind of like a little mix of them all. Generation Y, that kind of, yeah. I'm like...
Man, you more mixed
I'm
in
right
than
here.
Kool-Aid.
I'm more mixed in Kool-Aid. I can't take it. Generation Y, you know, that's like right towards the edge of the Generation X into the Millennials, and the Millennials are 1982 through 2004. And so I said, if we're dealing with the Millennials, then why not talk to some? So we got Simeon here. Simeon, why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself and what you do exactly? Because I didn't know you was a musician, singer, and all of that too. You better want to know. You want to sell these records.
Well, yeah, my name is Simeon Robinson.
Yeah.
My brand name is called Simeon TV. Get it? Like you see me on TV.
Hey. See me on TV.
So have my name in it, Simeon TV after. And pretty much that brand is like a umbrella of a lot of things. So under it goes acting, modeling. I just got into the music game, so I got a new single out called iPhone. You can go to SoundCloud. You actually can go on YouTube under Simeon TV and get it. Mm-hmm. And you know, I got community organizing. I do a lot. I'm a jack of all trades, mm-hmm. trying to be a master of everything. So yeah, it's definitely a good season for me in my life to push my brand even further. So thank you for this opportunity to get on the show.
You know, I always pull on you.
Stuff that applies to, I guess, me. Since I'm a part of this new generation.
You said it yourself, the face, you know, of the millennial. And so what I wanted to delve in as we deal with media, the media versus the millennial, there are, you know, various different types of things that are going on. I mean, because your generation pretty much were like you, I think you said it earlier. You were like, oh, you're in the time before there was a cell phone, yes. And then when there was a cell phone, it was about this big. No shade, but yes. And I was so popular because I did have one cell phone when I was like a junior in high school, and the thing was like massive. But let's deal with some of the challenges that you guys face with everything almost being public.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest parts. I feel like that I deal with because since social media, I remember when MySpace was like the it thing. You know, MySpace was like, man, you got your MySpace page, bro. You know, and like I'm actually kind of scared to log back into mine because when you're 14, 15 years old on MySpace, anything is liable to be said.
This is true.
I'm kind of interested. I should go do that actually. But like, I think since MySpace till now, like it's been a whole like a digital shift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything, you can be made or broken on social media. Like your image can be tarnished by just one post.
This is so true.
And I feel like a lot of people my age and younger, you know, we suffer with identity issues due to it because we don't know how to appeal not only to others but also without losing ourselves in the process.
Right,
and
exactly.
I know I used to struggle with that a lot. Like, man, I wanna appear to be, you know, this hardcore dude, but I know I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But because all my other friends was hardcore, let me post hardcore pictures.
Oh, got you. That makes
videos.
That makes sense.
And I feel like this generation has this is a generation.
So you're almost forced to live up to this false image or this false kind of world that you create for yourself off social media. You're completely somebody else. And, you know, and like you said, you're almost forced to do things. Like, I don't know. Well, I know you've probably seen all those different challenges that they do. Remember, it was like initially it was the ice challenge, which was okay because that was like for like a disease. Yeah. But then what about the challenge of folks like setting herself on fire? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Like,
I thought that was pretty funny actually.
What? Like, how is that funny?
Because, you know, like, okay, I see you that desperate for views and likes, you know, that you are willing to set yourself on fire, then shoot, whatever you burn up, that's what you burn up.
Right. And
so if you got a whole butt cheek missing because you burnt that up, oh well, that's your fault.
Right. Okay. Butt cheek. But then I guess the thing is, but you have obviously a stronger understanding and a stronger mentality as it pertains to say, okay, that's stupid. But the concern then becomes for the folks who don't have a support system or who don't have like good sense to know that this is not cool. You know what I mean? So how do we begin to kind of separate ourselves from understand, I guess, the understanding that this is just Facebook. This is not something that we gotta become. This is just fun.
Well, I think it should be now. I think it should be kind of mandatory, especially if it's not being taught taught in the home. I would say like maybe getting maybe like some social media etiquette classes within schools that like somebody who specialized in that type of stuff, to where like they can come in and maybe spend 30 minutes in each classroom educating about social media and how to brand yourself, because you are a walking brand. Like no matter what you do, you are a brand. So like
that's good.
How people see you is how the world's gonna see you. And if you don't care about how you're being seen, then the world won't care about how you're being seen.
And I think, I'm sorry, I mean, I'm getting excited in a good way. So, and I think the thing is, we don't realize it's public until it's public, or until it's viral. But when it goes down, like you said, what you put out there, people can see, and you can't take, I mean, even though you delete it down, it's not gone. People don't really realize that. And if they don't understand the etiquette to have, then all of a sudden, let's say that you decide, I'm going to become president of the United States, or I'm going to become the head of such and such. They can get your stuff and use that against you. So we got to be well aware that this is a very real thing. I think the other concerning thing is how negatively it can be, because it can be a very amazing platform if you use it. Because I love what you use it for, because you have your own kind of, was it a talk show? Do you guys still do that? What is that? Tell me about that.
Well, I'm not a part of it as consistent as I once was, due to different things that came up, school stuff like that. So I'm not really involved with it, but I know when we were consistent with it, or I should say when I was consistent with it, we did attract a lot of followers.
Yeah.
We did get a lot of views. And a lot of people did reach back out to us through inbox.
What kind of show was that?
Well, the show was called Real Talk Christian Talk, basically talking about Christian issues in a real way, or world issues in a real way. And we did gain a lot of traction through that. You know what I'm saying? So even with what I'm able to do personally on my own, off from that, like. I see like you said, I see the ability to social media.
Right. And it's so important that that you continue to do what you're doing, because as you're just streaming down your feed, there's just from the shooting at the lake the other day, there's all kinds of stuff that we are seeing.
I was actually
constantly.
down there.
Were you down there?
Yeah, that day, probably I left an hour before it happened. Yeah.
Wow.
In that same area, same vicinity, same spot where all that happened, I was there.
You know what I'm saying? So it's there by the grace of God. It could have been you. It could have been one of the other youth that are right here in the studio with us. But that's why it's so important for us, as we are, that's what Saved in the City is about, Simeon TV and all the other things that we do, is making sure that we have something else coming down our timeline that is not negative. I'm not saying that we don't need this news coverage, because these are things that are really happening. But if all you see are negative things happening, you will think that there's only negative things happening. And so then why hope? Why do something positive? Why do, anything that's worth anything? So I'm so excited today that I have a group of young people in our city, or in our studio right now, that have done some amazing things, specifically a video, and it's Voices Against Violence. And they could be one of the ones that are dead on the street, or one of the ones that have given up, but they are choosing hope. And so in addition to having Simeon, we're going to definitely have you come back towards the end of the show. We're going to talk more about media versus the millennial, but we're going to definitely go to our first break, go to our first song, and then bring on our artist feature for the day. Go. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So, hi. I'm sorry, we was going live. Which one of you already have a show here? You do? You have a show? Okay, so this is easy peasy for you. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to have Simeon switch out. I'm gonna move over because I'm gonna bring both of you guys up.
Wait, am I sitting here?
No, you just come out completely until I interview them and then you move back. And so then, Lauren and Trayvon, if you guys can come over. Lauren, just pull your chair up. Pull your chair up.
Ebony. Well, Ebony Lauren.
Oh, Ebony Lauren.
My middle.
I'm no wonder you're like, who is this girl? I'm like, Lauren, pull your chair up.
Hey, so that mic right here though, somebody will have to get on
They want to share?
that one. Yeah, that mic only.
Okay. So Ebony, if you don't mind, we're gonna have to share this mic. They're saying this mic doesn't work. So yeah. Squeeze in. Get used to the new studio. Have you been in this new studio space yet?
No.
This is my first time here, so I'm trying to get. Hi, Arletta. Good morning. We making it work.
Iberia.
Yes.
Is it okay if I go live?
Yes. Well, what I would love for you to do is share the live that's already up. Or you can go live if you want, because it seems like you're like, I don't want that answer. So go ahead, Mama, however you want to do it.
No, this is your show, though,
Yeah.
so however way you prefer me to do it. It's fine.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, you
Where
probably
would I
have to
find?
take it. On Brandy Iberia?
Okay.
Yeah. Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, you probably have to take it.
I was expecting you guys to come this. I didn't know.
Oh, your dad got you. Your videos all circulate through everything too. So. How many more minutes on that song?
43 seconds.
After this song, though, I want to play the Virus, the non-violent song. That'll be the next one.
Just go right into it.
Well, no, this will be after the interview.
All right, 30 seconds.
Turn it down.
Yep. Turn it all the way up.
And we are back. We are locked live right here to Saved in the City each and every Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on 101.3 FM with your girl, Iberia. I am so excited. This is so amazing to be able to sit here and connect with these young people. You know, it really is about bridging the intergenerational gap. We cannot remain separate. I don't care how close we feel we are to the generation. I keep saying that I got a pinky toe with the millennials. I'm trying to hang on to my youth, child. Don't try me. That's okay. That's okay. But anyhow, you know, it is so important for us to connect and bridge the intergenerational gap. There are things that we can learn from these young people. There are things that they obviously can learn from us, even if they don't want to learn them from us just yet. But I'm so excited. We had Simeon on earlier. We've been talking about King Media versus the millennial, and basically the influences of media on a certain generation and a certain culture. And so anyhow, as we kind of go on, if we've heard 1,000,005 things, negative things that are attached to Milwaukee, you know, whether it's the killings, you know, we have the whole kind of documentary on the 53206, you know, area, and there's violence, you hear sirens on a daily, you have all kinds of things that are going on. And what I'm so impressed with is that there was a group of young people, I believe that Tracy Dent was the producer, that pulled together a song, and you'll be surprised at the power of music. There's a quote that says, when words fail, music speaks. And it is so powerful. There's an opportunity to be able to transcend cultures, languages, when you have music that touches the heart of people. And so I'm so excited to have two of the folks, of the young people that are a part of that great movement here in the studio today. Are you guys with me? How you feeling this morning?
I'm good.
Good, good. So why don't you introduce yourself? We'll start with Ebony, because we actually heard your song before we kind of came back from break. So why don't you tell the people how long you've been kind of doing music and how you got connected to the Voices Against Violence project?
All right, well, my name is Ebony Loren. I'm 16 and I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been singing ever since I can remember, and I've been songwriting since I was about 10 years old. And I'm just now recently starting to get serious about my own solo career. Like you just heard my first single. Yeah, it was called Before I Break. And yeah, I actually had a show a couple summers ago, and Tracy, he saw me at that show performing live.
Okay.
And that's where he first saw me and met me there. And from then, when he had the idea to start this project, he thought of me and wanted me to be a part of it. And so he just called me up and asked me if I wanted to join the project, and I was like, yeah. So I just, that's how I started.
I love it. I love it. Trayvon, make sure you get right in that microphone. I know we're a little far away. But, you know, and I've seen you, young man. I've seen you perform. You were at the My City, My Biz. And yes, I said, you better give it to us. You know, he was, I mean, literally all up and through these aisles. I mean, no shyness at all, and really an amazing voice. And I think you also were part of an organization called FEMA. Yeah, because I actually did the flyer for you for that. So, anyhow, tell the folks a little bit. Even though I just told everybody what he does. You know, that's like proud. I can't say proud mama, but proud villager. You know, I'm a part of the village. So, tell the people a little bit more about all of the amazing things that you do and how you got connected to the Voices Against Violence.
Hi, my name is Trayvon Davis. I'm 13 years old, and the name of my business is Trayvon's Legacy Ministry. I launched my business at My City, My Biz last year at the age of 12. And so, yeah, it's really been a great journey for me. I've experienced a lot of things, and, you know, I've recently been connected with a lot of things. I've been out in the community, helping the youth and things like that, you know, and I've been giving out my implemented services and things like that throughout my business. And, you know, and I first met I don't really remember when I first met Tracy, but it was like a really, really long time ago. And you know,
he's 13. How old are you?
It was a long. Yeah, it was a really long time ago. It was when I was, you know, little.
Okay.
But you know, I worked with him through a lot of things. You know, he's had the Prayer Peace Walk, and I performed there. That's when I really branched out. You know, exposed myself. And so I worked with him with a lot of things. And, you know, that's really how I got it.
I love it. I love it. So this is the next question, and really either one of you can answer, or you both can answer. Well, Trayvon, since you're up at the microphone, you can start, and then we'll you, Ebony. How has the violence in Milwaukee affected you? You know what I mean? Like it's almost a normal kind of thing to see that who died today. You know, what child, and it's a lot of young people. How is that affecting you?
Well, surprisingly for me, every time that I see somebody dying, or if I see somebody getting hurt or anything like that, it's not normal to me. It still gets to me because I've had a family member, my older sister, when she was 13, like about 5 years ago, she was involved in a hit and run. She hit and killed a man. And you know, I was very close to her. And when I lost her, she's in prison now. When I lost her, you know, it really hurt me. You know, because you know, it was so many emotions going on. It was so many things going on in my head, like, you know, like why, like what would make her do that, and you know, things like that. And you know, like I couldn't really talk to her and things like that because you know she's in the prison system. You know, and so many questions that I had to get out and ask her. So it's really not normal for me. But you know, I'm hurt every time I see it going on, and that's why I have to go so hard and I have to push what I'm doing because you know I dealt with certain things. You know.
That's amazing. Ebony, I keep on going. Like, what is that? Okay, Ebony. So, same question. You know, you see it. You know, so how is it affecting you?
Well, for me, I was gonna say it's kind of the opposite of what he said. Like, I feel like every time I see like a news story on the news or something, like eventually you kind of get numb to it. Like you hear it all the time, and you like when you sit back and think about how often you hear these things, you kind of realize how sad it really is. And like I've been living in the house that I'm living at since I was like 5 years old, and it's a good neighborhood. But just recently, like not recently, but lately, like in the past couple of years, violence and like all of the crime has been getting closer and closer to our neighborhoods, and it's just been spreading, and it's just not a good thing. So now I'm starting to really realize how bad things are getting, and that's why I was really glad to be a part of this song, and hopefully like get some people to think a little differently about the things that they're doing in our communities, because it's just getting to everywhere, like it's affecting everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about the song in itself. So there's a lot, it's not just the two of you, there's a lot of people on the song. So why don't you guys share about some of the folks that are actually on the song with you guys, you know, who produced it, you know, some of the other artists that are on there as well.
Alright, well the producer is Doc Holliday, and I think he did a great job. So yeah, there are rappers and singers. I was a singer on this track, and I also played the guitar for it. And actually, my father, he actually rapped a verse on this.
Come on, Papa.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they all did amazing.
I love it. I love it. And then Trayvon, I know you. Were you a singer, or what was your aspect of it?
Yeah, I was a singer, and actually I'm the youngest artist on the song. I'm 13. Everybody else is older than me, so I think that was kind of cool. And everybody, you know, they're just so uplifting. They're nice. They're fun to be around. You know, it's, you know, my heart warms to see them every time I see them and things like that, because, you know, they're motivational. You know, they're like-minded with me and things like that. So it's really nice.
I'm so excited to have you guys on. We're definitely going to continue to support you guys. Share your music with me so I can continue to share it with the world. We're definitely going to be pushing this song. We're actually going to go to it in just a couple seconds here. Thank you guys so much for being on. I'm sorry that we have to be living in a time where there's all of these things, but I'm so glad that you guys are here so you can be a voice in a kind of a dark time. So keep doing what you're doing. You are supported here in Save the City. We love you, and we'll be back after this.
Yeah, that red cold.
Oh, MG, that was a lot of movement going on. Y'all are pros, because I was like, there are like 12 microphones. Like, how do we? Because a lot of times people will be moving. Like, that was a lot of stuff happening, and y'all was working with the mics. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you. You're welcome. So we got the song playing. We're gonna play. We have another song of yours too. Get some music. Please send it to me. Because I know you have your. It's like a commercial track without the. It just has the background vocals on it, right? Yeah.
So I do, you know, the so I really want to sing, you know, it's the things that happen. So you know, I'm gonna be registered for my solo thing to start right on this song, and so that's what I had to do to tell everybody, because I don't want anybody to think that, you know, I'm not faithful to this week. So I really want to I really want to start on my own business. So I'm already. So right now I have to it's gonna be not alone, and I have a dream. I have a dream. I'm gonna be doing the play, and I'm gonna be doing the song there. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that.
Well, you got support here, so as you get your stuff going, just hit me up. And I do not with me in this very moment, but I'll make sure that you're on here. Okay, you guys can move out.
One more song. Do you want to hold this for the rest of the show?
I'm gonna move back. Let's back to the TV.
Okay.
It's gonna be weird.
That's it. I'm just trying. All right.
I don't know. We got a lot happening. So how you feel you want to play?
My situation's fixed up.
Yeah. Okay. Arletta.
Yeah, I just dropped the song iPhone.
Oh my God, guys. This is why we need a real video. I know. I'll let them when you have a chance. Yeah. What is the volume? I think it's pushing on the volume.
iPhone, FaceTime, you can kind of keep that. Yeah, so that's basically what that's on the song.
He has to work in the morning.
And then we just dropped another song that we'll perform another song. We didn't release it yet.
Okay. That's a lot of mic. Well, you're not going to have to worry about that with your mic. So you good.
We were able to pick up some minutes and try to get the mix back. Really put it out.
Good.
But I just,
Yes. Working out the kinks. Iberia on the show, yeah.
but, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Yes, please do. Yeah. I love these young people. I'm gonna have to start doing a little more.
All my parts, some other parts they ain't clean.
Ooh, we child, we here.
You know,
We are here.
with me on it, you can't say, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to play straight through.
I was trying not to focus, and I was looking over, and Josh was like, take over here. Oh my God, y'all hanging with us. Hey, Kira,
Real single, like I'm
Joycelyn. I know we got a lot of changes going on. Okay.
That's my verse coming up right here. She said, "Sad, not
Is that the neon song? Okay, we'll take the whole minute as well so I can get my life together. So basically, so what's about that? I love you because you are just in here and just gorgeous, and I love it.
And so are you.
Thank you.
I love all of this, what you're doing, just to see
Yeah.
you doing what you love and what you're passionate about.
Yes, I'm ready for next level. I'm ready for next level.
It's gonna
We're gonna
come.
let, okay. Okay, thank you. That's all. That's it. That's all I needed was I let her to say it. So, so what's gonna happen now? When we come back, I'm doing something called church announcements,
Okay.
where we talk about everything that's kind of going on in the city, and then I'm gonna segue into you being my Milwaukee treasure. We'll talk about that and anything else you want to kind of talk about. And then Feeny is my assistant, so she'll be giving us cues. She'll give us 1 minute, 30 seconds, and 10 seconds. And if we go a little bit over that, that's okay, but that just knows we need to start wrapping the conversation up. That's about it.
13 seconds.
13 seconds, guys. Hit the radio, please. Conversation to a minimum.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You in there?
And we are back. We are locked live right here to Saved in the City each and every Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. with your girl, Iberia. Oh my God, what an amazing show. What amazing young people we have in this city. They are not a lost generation. I'm telling you, you will be surprised at the folks that you can catch and that you can find 13 to 35 years old and above. I gotta say above because I keep trying. I'm not gonna look. I got a toe. In the Millennial. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to our church announcements, and you guys know exactly what that is. That's what we share, what's going on right here in Milwaukee. If you have any event, community happening, anything like that that's going on, then all you have to do is send it to me, and I will announce it at no charge to you right here on Saved in the City. Just email it to savedandthecitymke@gmail.com. Again, savedandthecitymke@gmail.com. And in the subject heading, just put church announcements, okay? So we're going to jump right in to the church announcements for this week. Father's Day is coming up this week, and if you don't have anything to do with your father, take them to the Big Easy. They are having a full brunch buffet, and their brunch is absolutely amazing. And if I was not on a diet, I would absolutely be there. And it's happening again Sunday, June 18th, 2017, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. They got prime rib. They have a prime rib carving station, waffle and omelet station, dessert station, y'all, salad bar, catfish, chicken, shrimp. I can go on. Yes, the Gumbo Man can burn. And then, of course, there's a special performance by Jennifer Washington McMurray, so you guys don't want to miss that. Again, that's at the Big Easy, located at 2053 North Martin Luther King Drive. Give them a call at 414-795-2773 to make your reservations. Also, there's the second annual Prayer in the Park happening June 24th at 10 a.m. in Lincoln Park. And they say, join us as we pray for our city. We definitely know it's definitely time to pray at the second annual Prayer in the Park. They're looking for believers in Milwaukee and the surrounding areas to show their faith in action through prayer. It doesn't matter what denomination, church affiliation, or event. If you are not a member of a church, they still want you to come out and unite. Christian Connections and Cupcakes every third Monday, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Washington Park Library, 2121 North Sherman Boulevard. Again, that's happening in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And this week's June Spotlight is the one and only Saquana Taylor. So make sure that you guys go out and check that out. It's a really, really cool event. I went to the first one, and it's fun. They literally have cupcakes. So that makes it awesome. Also, oh my God, you guys know I'm obsessed with Curtis Eubanks. Curtis Eubanks is performing live June 17th, 3 p.m. at the Metro Harvest Church. It's a big old address, so I will make sure that I put this flyer in the group. But it is a live recording happening Saturday, June 17th at the Metro Harvest Church. You can definitely just Google that. And it's going to be featuring the one and only Curtis Eubanks. Also, the 9th annual Great Midwest Book Fest. This has been happening every year for 9 years. Saturday, June 17th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Nicolet High School. And they basically focus on African American authors, which is pretty cool. So make sure you check that out. Next up is my favorite part of the show. It's an opportunity that we take to shine light on amazing people doing amazing things in our amazing city. Yes, we got to speak those things that be not as though they were. The city is amazing. The city is awesome because I'm in it, because Arletta's in it, and because you are in it, and these amazing young people are in it. So the Milwaukee Treasure, you know, we've talked to so many different people in our city that, you know, from barbers to community service leaders to, you know, all kinds of folks. And so today, I am honored to have the Arletta Slaughter here with me. You know, she was honored by the Business Journal for 40 Under 40. I said, you know, can I just honor a sister girl just for being this? She's like everybody girlfriend and don't know it. Everybody good girlfriend that gets you together and don't know it. It's like, what does Arletta think? So I'm so appreciative of all the things that you do. So why don't you tell the people a little bit about what it is you do, what organizations you're affiliated with, and yeah, just kind of what you do in Milwaukee.
So primarily, every day, all day, I work with Milwaukee Christian Center, or for Milwaukee Christian Center.
Every day, all day.
Yeah, as a project director.
Yes.
In one of our youth programs, we actually have two. So I oversee the teen pregnancy initiative. In the schools and community organizations.
So you're dealing with a lot of millennials firsthand.
Firsthand. And I pretty much just teach, facilitate, plan, market our program across the city. Yeah. Only in Milwaukee, unfortunately, because I think that this program needs to, you know, expand and reach other audiences and populations. So.
No, I love it. I love it. And so I know you do have something coming up, and we've been announcing it on the show. But today I thought since you're here that you could talk a little bit more about it. So is it called FACT, or is it or tell us about that? And not FAT, y'all.
Yes, PHAT. The acronym. So it stands for Promoting Health Among Teens, and that is our abstinence-based curriculum. And I also do another one, which is Making Proud Choices, and that includes contraceptives. But I'm a firm believer of abstinence, and so this is one of my favorite. Even though, you know, contraceptives is a conversation that needs to be had, because kids are having sex, they're doing
and they're having kids,
and they need to know, you know, there's consequences still behind using protection as well. But if you're gonna do it here, protect yourself. However, these are things that come along with that. So my summer program. We'll be implementing our FACT program, which is, like I said, predominantly abstinence. It will begin this July 11th, and it will end in August on the 10th. And sessions are on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3, with the exception that some days will be longer because we'll have field trips. We're going to Chicago to the Science and Technology Museum, because I want to expose a lot of kids that I work with never been outside of the city and out of the state, you know. So I wanted to just give them some exposure, to let them see, you know, don't just settle Milwaukee. There's other things that you can do outside of the city. So we're going to
plant that seed so they can see more.
So we're going to have a local college tour. I'm excited about some of the guest speakers that we're going to have this year. So we're going to have a young lady that I know, Claudine O'Leary. She's going to come in and do some peer-to-peer conversations with the kids, so they are able to understand how to deal with their peers and talk to their peers when they call them or want to talk to them about suicide, you know, or things that they're having trouble with. And I think that the kids need that, so because they relate to each other, but they just need to know how to articulate and talk to each other about things that they're dealing with. So I think that's imperative. Where the sheriff department is coming in, a community sheriff is coming in to talk to the kids about the consequences of drugs and alcohol. You know, I wanted them to do a small piece on car theft because, you know, that's huge.
It's huge. It's absolutely huge.
The consequences of all of those things. And
I'm just going to throw it in there. I know it may not be in your lineup, but what Simeon said earlier, I don't know if you were here when he said it, it would be awesome to start with all of these different programs that we're doing. If we add an element of social media and the effects of social media, you know, on our young people, and how, you know, how to like social media etiquette. We don't, because it's like it hit us, and then it was just like, okay, now just play with this thing that could literally destroy your life,
your image, everything.
You know. So that's just, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yes, and they're not aware of those things, and even because I offer the kids jobs, the kids that go through my program. So this summer, a really delicate piece, kids that go through my program, whether it's last summer in the classroom, the year before this year, I give them jobs. 10 kids will be teaching the curriculum with us this summer. And they get a stipend at the end of the summer. So I let them know, you know, what's your Facebook name? Let me see, you know, because that you represent who you are, not just you, your family, your community, all of that. So there's a small piece that I do, you know, inform them about and let them know, you know, you have to be aware of the things that you're posting, and you know, it's your image, it's you, adults as well.
Come on in
so
here.
It's not just kids,
Gen
it's adults.
Exactly.
It's adults as well. And I don't think people are mindful, and you know, I have to, you know, I talk to my husband and, you know, about things, and I remember, you know, we just talk about, you know, image and, you know, not put everything on Facebook. Everybody doesn't have to know everything that you're doing.
Right.
You know, be private about some things. And if you need to vent to the Lord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Bonnie, do it. I love it. I love it, Arletta. So how can people connect to you, and is this just for the Milwaukee Christian Center, or can other folks get involved with this?
We are looking for, well, we have a cap at 50. There's still open enrollment for the program. Any young person that lives in the city of Milwaukee can participate in this program. Ages 11 to 17 years old. We need you. Spread the word. Promoting health among teens. All sessions will be held at Milwaukee Christian Center, which is located on the south side, but we can bring the north side to the south side.
Come on in here.
So, and I think they need to know who Milwaukee Christian Center is, where we are, what we do. It's not, we offer a lot at Milwaukee Christian Center. We have an emergency food pantry. We have a program where kids can come get their GEDs and high school diplomas and help build houses in the city.
What?
Yes, a NIP program, our youth builders. We also have elderly program where they come in and they eat and they play bingo, they go on field trips, and we also have our after school program too that is at Kazi on the south side. So we have a lot going on at Milwaukee Christian Center. It's not just what Arletta does, but we offer a lot in the community, and we need to, you know, create more awareness about what Milwaukee Christian Center does and who we are. I love Milwaukee Christian Center. I love the people that I work with. I love my job. I'm passionate about these young people in our community, and I'm just here to serve and do what I'm called to do.
And that's why I needed you to be my Milwaukee treasure today, because that's the thing, you do it selflessly. You know what I mean? You're doing it because there's obviously some connection and a passion that you have for it. And so, you know, in the trenches and in the work, I just wanted to take time to shine light on my sister and say, I see you doing the work. I appreciate you, and keep doing what you're doing. And so just before we go, tell them again how they can connect to you. Is there a website or is there a phone number?
Yes, call me and I will send you all the enrollment forms, flyers, everything that you need to keep you abreast of what's going on, the start date and everything. So my number is 414-213-6889, and that is my personal cell phone number. So, or you can call the Milwaukee Christian Center, 414-645-5350, extension 109.
Love it, love it. And this has been Arletta Slaughter, and of course I'm your host, Iberia. We'll be right back after this next break.
I have a question for you. Because the Voices Against Violence group, I don't know what stage yet, but they're going to be at Summerfest on July 5th.
Okay.
Performing the song.
July 5th?
If you want to mention that, maybe. The group, I don't know if the whole group's going to be there, but I know they're trying to get as many people as they can. And then she's performing herself on July 2nd.
How about when you know the specifics? You said you have my number now?
Yeah, I can have Tracy, because I talked to Tracy, he said he's going to find out today.
Yeah, well, you have my phone number too, so.
She's got her own set though, too, if you want to mention that. I mean, she's got July 2nd from 2 to 3 on the ground floor stage.
but I do it during the Milwaukee Treasure segment. So because the thing is, I probably will forget if I go back on now. But if you send it to me, I will put it and write it so that I don't mess it up and be like, what? No, what was it again? So I want to make sure I do it right. So you have my tag, you have my cell number, and I check that all the time. So if you send me the specifics, I will definitely make sure it's announced. It's not too late. Come on, Simeon, over this way. Oh, please. Oh, I didn't miss the phone.
Yeah, because I couldn't. There was no way I could take a phone.
Okay. Oh, right. You were doing it.
Okay, ready? And one more. Perfect.
Okay, let me get a picture of
All right.
Oh, this is our prom picture. What's happening? This is weird. Okay.
Okay, one and one more.
It was like.
Get one with Simeon quick.
That's okay. Because while we're
We're gonna hit it then, right?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We're done. But all her
Get in
stuff.
touch with me. You got my info.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Yeah, can I look at you on Facebook?
yeah.
I'm gonna see you.
Yeah, send me all your stuff all the time.
I be telling like advertising and
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Don't come.
Yes, I love it. Thank you, sis. All right.
Thank you. You too.
What is this called again? Ebony. Ebony, what's this song called?
Without you.
So we're gonna jump back in. Like, you're gonna be a star, Ebony. Just FYI. Like, you have this thing called It. Absolutely. Like, I'm not even kidding. I think that was it. And we are. Oh, I thought we were back. I'm back. I don't know what's happening. There's a lot going on. We are back. That was Ebony Lauren. I keep wanting to call her Lauren, but it's Ebony Lauren, and the song was called Without You. They're absolutely amazing. We are locked right here at Saved in the City each and every Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., right here with your girl, Iberia. And today we are talking about King Media versus the Millennial. Yes, dum dum dum.
Yeah,
I need you to have. And we're still rocking here with Simeon. I'm so excited that he's here with me this morning. There's so many different things that are happening in our city, and so it's like we got to shine light on the positive things. And so let's jump right back into everything. So we were just kind of talking about the effects of media, the negative consequences of media, as well as some of the positive things that we can see on media, and a lot of the focus was on social media. But if we start focusing on TV and radio, that's a whole different side. I mean, if you think about music in itself, Molly Percocet. Hey, what?
Yeah.
Don't A with me. You was right to go in. I mean, we talked a little bit about that last week, but seriously, I mean, we are singing ourselves. I keep saying off a cliff because it's very true. Like these are things that are embedded in you in the middle of the night. So let's talk about like the music and just all the different things and the effects it's having on y'all.
And like there's even a song out where I think it's by Kodak Black, where he chants "All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. And it's a very catchy song. You know what I'm saying? I found myself having to stop myself real
right.
quick.
If you listen to it enough,
So
or Drake, Drunk or High.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah, or both. So
there's a whole holiday that I didn't learn about till social media, 420.
Yeah,
shut up, Joshua.
That's been around, seemed like for 420 years.
It's been around a while, but I'm saying I didn't learn about it till I was like, it's 420.
Right.
It was like, April 20th. Is that April 4th? 20th. And I'm like, why are there so many pictures of weed coming down my timeline? It's a whole holiday. Like, seriously.
Yeah, it's the high capital of the world type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's where this is the mecca of getting high. You know what I'm saying? 420. April 20th. But don't let your kids know that date, though. But,
they already know.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
So I mean, media, like I said before, like media has to be really filtered, especially through like with parents and parental guidance. I feel like because parents are younger now, that they don't even know the filter themselves. So generation is just getting younger and younger and younger, and you know, a lot of parents are my age and they got like, you know, 6-7-year-old kids, and it's like their kids know how to work social media, you know, better than them, it seemed like. And they don't know how to tell them no, because they're still in the trenches of still trying to figure out what's right and wrong themselves, because they're my age or younger. So, and music nowadays, I mean, even for like my music, like I want to try to make music that is clean, that music that has a meaning to it, music that's hot, that you know won't affect them in a negative way to make them want to, you know, kill themselves or something like that, or have subliminal messages attached to it. If you play some music backwards, you know, like it's subliminal messages that's hidden in it that if you can decode it, you can decode it. You know what I'm saying? And those subconsciously, those lyrics are being played, you know, looping in their minds, while their conscious mind is hearing the lyrics straight out forward. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got stuff like that too, like, oh, why am I getting mad? But this song has anger, you know, the vibe of the song is angry. Oh, man, yeah, people like, man, every time when I listen to this song, it makes me want to get high. But the music ain't got nothing to do with getting high. But subconsciously, if you play the music backwards, you know what I'm saying, it may have some subliminal messages saying, get high, get high, get high. And now they're thinking, get high, even though the song is about love. You see what I'm saying?
You know, and I think that what's happening, though, that there are... I mean, there was a time where subliminal messages were, you know, something to be concerned about, and it still is. But they're not even doing stuff subliminally now. Yeah, it's just like straight out there, like, this is what we do, this is how we do it, YOLO. Even though that's an old, again, I am showing
it's still YOLO, because literally people is only living once.
You know, and people feel like they're invincible, you know, and then like we were talking about earlier, like all of the, you know, the accidents, and I've seen a majority of these drivers that are driving like nuts have been like teenagers, you know, and it's like, what in the world is going on? What are you on? And it's like everybody has this death wish.
And it's crazy because
and it's cool. It's cool to have the death wish.
And it's crazy because I just found out like probably 2 months ago what a stoli is.
What is a stoli? Okay. Hit us on the terms that we don't know.
A stoli is
Joshua. No, shut up. Go ahead.
A stoli is basically a person, or basically is a car that's been stolen. And you know what? And it's been a trend happening amongst our teens of stealing cars. So there's even a song called Stoli, right? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, give us some other secrets.
Like, I really don't know too many more secrets, because I don't think anything's really a secret like that. I mean, I guess with certain language that my age and younger use it all based.
A lot of those little acronyms and stuff too, though, because I know I have some like really young students that I had worked with, and I was like, something ain't right with these emojis. It was just certain emojis that they would put up, and I knew it wasn't something wrong. So I think that's the other thing, is like these encrypted messages that you guys, it's so real. And I'm like, that's sexual. I know. I could see the little splash or something was going on. Then, I mean, I'm just saying, it's like you just think it's a cucumber, but then...
Right. You got the eggplant emoji. I'm like, I don't even like eggplants.
Let's bring it back. That's so hilarious. Okay. Okay. So
you know what I'm saying? Thank God for abbreviated conversations.
Okay, Simeon. So, we're gonna bring it all the way back. So, from the mouth of a millennial.
Okay.
How do we can't necessarily fix the problem, because social media period, it is not going away. So give us some tips and some tools to make sure that we can have a healthy balance when it comes to dealing with our cell phones, watching TV, listening to the radio.
Well, certain things you just have to filter out yourself based on your own convictions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some people who convictions say, I can't watch couples kissing on TV, so I'm not going to watch that. I can't watch sex scenes in movies, so I'm not going to watch that movie. So, I mean, it all gauges based on your moral compass and what you feel like is something that you should not be watching. I mean, if you're a faith-based person, I mean, it's pretty clear what you should probably stay away from. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I think children, on the aspect of that, like it's really got to start with the parents. I mean, like, my mom, you know, she has taught me a lot about social media etiquette. You know, like she was one of the ones that really taught me how to brand myself and taught me how to like really use social media to my advantage. And like that's a blessing, you know, to have that in your home. You know, shout out to my mom, shout out to Tabitha. She has her own e-business thing going, so if you need help just like I did, you know, reach out to her for sure. But you know, like I have that support.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But some parents, they don't give their children that support. And plus, too, what I found is that by me knowing what I would like to do, it gauged my social media to be only for those types of things. Yeah. Like I don't just put messy posts, or I don't put fight posts. I don't put, you know what I'm saying, like very hypersexualized video images on any of my social media, because that's not how I would want to promote myself. Yeah. Because that doesn't help me in my future.
Yeah. People will judge you by what they see.
And I think that if you have a plan for your social media, it can grow it. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, naturally, just like a weed, if you don't plant a plant there in your garden, what naturally comes up? Weeds. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to tell a weed to grow. It grows on its own. Yes. But you have to work for a sunflower to grow. You have to plant that thing.
You better give us a good word on the end.
So like everything comes with a seed and a harvest. So whatever you plant in your mind, whatever you plant on social media is going to grow in the form of comments and likes. You know what I'm saying?
You better, you preacher.
So like if you want your brand to grow, you have to plant. You have to plant for your vision, for your goals, for everything you want to do in your life. And social media can be one of those things that puts you out there without needing to pay for promotional advertisements and stuff like that. Like you get a good video that goes viral, you know what I'm saying? You famous forever, I feel like. Yeah. So it's all about what is your goal for having your social media. Some people just use it, you know, like normal people, just to connect with their family and stuff like that. But you got some teenagers that do it just to be messy and be on some like, my mom's not on here, so let me do and say what I want. But if I had my mom as my Facebook friend, I probably wouldn't even be saying this stuff.
Exactly.
So that's how I once was, but you know, I got saved, so my mom could be on all my social media.
Oh my God! Thank you so much, Simeon, for being real, for being you, and for being on the show. Make sure you guys connect to him on Simeon TV, Facebook. Are you on Twitter, Instagram, all of that?
Everything at Simeon TV.
Everything at Simeon TV. Thank you to all of my guests today. Trayvon, I'm going to say Trayvon Martin, but rest in peace. Trayvon Davis, Arletta Slaughter, Ebony Loren, of course, Simeon. Shout out to Tracy Dent. Thank you so much for pulling these youth together for the Voices Against Nonviolence. Thank you to my sponsor, Meanwhile's Gourmet Delight. And of course, be sure to follow me on all forms of social media at Saved in the City. And until next week, be encouraged.